I think every year I have a rough idea of what I'm going to do, but then when we get out there on the ground, I sort of let the ground talk to me, and one thing leads to another thing, and because it's really, really difficult to, on the design side, to do it on a sheet of paper.
We saw you today marking out the course, pacing out the course. How crucial are those sort of distances when you're building the fences?
I think as a designer you really have to have a good understanding of distances and the length of stride that a horse takes, going uphill, going downhill, approaching water, whatever. Because if you shorten the distance, it can make it easier. If you lengthen the distance, it can make it more difficult. And so, when you're like dealing with the amateurs, you don't want to make it too difficult. You want to make that pretty much as straightforward as you can, because then you get to the open, and you can throw a few curved balls in there. If the distance is a bit longer, then they need to come in with more speed to get further in over the first jump, and to work out how they're going to solve the puzzle.
And you set yourself a tough task this year, 4 courses.
Yeah, I'm not sure I quite understood at the beginning how difficult that was going to be, but I think we've come up with a good solution, and we've got the novice, intermediate and the open tracks, which are not the same but similar to what they've been in the past. It was just a question of knitting the Corinthian Cup into them.
Explain the Corinthian Cup to us.
Well, the Corinthian Cup is for people who haven't competed recently at the intermediate and the advanced level, and so more for the sort of amateur rider. And so for those more part-time riders to be able to come and ride with the stars around Gatcombe, I think it'll be a special occasion for them, and hopefully will provide good entertainment for spectators that come.
How high is the standard these days compared to a few years ago?
Sport never stands still. The standards keep going up and up and up and up. The veterinary care, the training, the feeding, everything keeps improving, therefore the standards keep rising. I think the good old days, sport used to be a bit like a pyramid. I think now you have the amateurs in the bottom, and the top are more like an Eiffel Tower. They're getting further and further away from the bottom.